As we look toward 2035, Singapore stands at a crossroads defined by both remarkable stability and subtle accumulating pressures. The nation's economic and fiscal policies are globally admired, with strong institutions and disciplined governance. Yet beneath the surface, the everyday experience of Singaporeans is quietly shifting. This video explores the projections for Singapore's future under the assumption that current policies remain unchanged. We'll examine the interplay between macro-level fiscal strength and the micro-level realities faced by households. From demographic shifts and workforce changes to rising costs and evolving social contracts, Singapore's journey is one of both resilience and new challenges. Let's begin by understanding the demographic and workforce trends shaping the next decade. Singapore's future is increasingly shaped by demographic realities rather than political cycles. With fertility rates remaining low and life expectancy rising, the population is aging rapidly. By 2035, projections suggest the total population could reach over 7 million, with citizens making up a shrinking share, falling below 55%. Shift is driven by continued reliance on foreign labor and immigration to fill workforce gaps, as the resident workforce ages and participation rates among older workers can't fully offset retirements. By 2035, foreign workers may comprise up to 41% of the workforce, while citizen participation drops to under 50%. This structural dependence on non-resident labor is not just an economic solution. It brings social and distributive tensions, subtly altering the social contract and raising questions about identity, trust, and long-term cohesion. Cost of living pressures in Singapore are not temporary, they are structural and cumulative. Essential expenses like housing, healthcare, education, and transport are projected to rise faster than general inflation, with some categories increasing by 40–80% over the decade. Wage growth, especially for lower and middle-income households, is unlikely to keep pace, leading to progressive financial compression. By 2035, up to 16% of households may fall below the relative poverty line, and household debt GDP could reach 56%. Debt is often a defensive necessity, not a reckless choice, as families stretch to secure homes and education. Meanwhile, arrears in hospital bills and service charges signal growing financial fragility, even as headline bankruptcy rates remain low. The result is a society where order is maintained, but private strain accumulates quietly. Public housing remains central to Singapore's social compact, but its dual role as both shelter and asset is creating new pressures. By 2035, HDB BTO prices could be 55% higher, and resale flats up to 75% more expensive than in 2025. First-time buyers face larger mortgages, longer loan tenures, and heavier reliance on CPF savings. While CPF guarantees stable returns, these are often outpaced by rising costs, eroding real purchasing power. Older generations benefited from lower prices and faster wage growth, while younger Singaporeans shoulder higher debt and slower income gains. This quiet intergenerational imbalance threatens the moral foundation of the social compact, even as the system remains orderly and solvent. The challenge is not just about numbers, but about fairness and future security. Singapore's fiscal discipline is globally recognized. By 2035, government surpluses and reserves will be stronger than ever, with robust investment returns and growing trust funds. Yet this macro-level strength contrasts with the micro-level vulnerabilities faced by households. As reserves expand, many citizens feel less secure, with rising costs, debt, and uneven retirement adequacy. States' prudence ensures resilience against shocks, but the risk and burden are increasingly shifted to individuals and families. This is not a sign of governance failure, but a subtle drift, where stability at the top coexists with quiet stratification below. The future then is not one of crisis, but of growing divergence between national strength and household well-being. The question for Singapore is how to balance these forces for a more inclusive tomorrow.